Yeah, this is part two in terms of I'm tired of being a single mom. Um, or, yeah, the mom just ready to walk out the door. Part two, like I said, I wonder why is it that alcohol, why doesn't prayer work like alcohol and drugs? Now, I have to use some common sense here also. Now, if God were to alleviate your problems all the time, then you would never get a chance to really learn how to, pick up the tools in life that you need to help you to get stronger so that you can resolve a lot of these things on your own. You know, it's like your body. It's like a muscle, for instance. The more you work the muscle, the stronger it gets. So of course, God is not going to always answer your prayers or give you the comfort that alcohol has done for folks and drugs has done for folks. It gives them comfort, it gives them some relief, it helps them to escape the pain. It would be great, like I said, if prayer could just work like that. If it could just work like that to a point where you can, go to your Heavenly Father and say, this is a bit much for me. Jehovah God, I really would appreciate it if maybe somebody would just knock at the door. If you could just send some support. If I don't know, because right now I'm at my wits end, if you will, and I'm hurting, Father. If I'm hurting, please come through for me. And you keep praying and praying, and it seems like nothing happens. So I'm just saying now, if Jehovah was to just hurry up and make all these things happen ASAP, then you're not going to develop the skills that you need in order to work. I hope I'm making myself clear. You're going to have to develop coping skills. You're going to have to learn how to work through things, you know? And I understand that. At the same time, I'm still saying, there's been times when people, like, I look at this show. It's on A&E. I love A&E. I love A&E. That network, I look at it all the time. And it has this show called Intervention. This is where you have a lot of people who are on drugs and they have alcohol issues. Now this is what I call alcoholics. What you see on A&E. The way these people drink, I'm talking about these people drink gallons every day. Every day. Falling all out in the street, looking all crazy. Um, um, and this is done every day. And then you have people who are suffering with heroin issues, and people who are strung out on crack and crystal meth, and people who are with these pills that everybody opiates. And when I look at this show, and I see how these people, they got themselves in a situation, and now they're trapped. They're caught up, and they hate using the drugs now. They hate using the fact that they need the alcohol because they get the shakes without it. Now they're all messed up. So these people, when they're feeling all horrible, I know there must have been times when they must have gone to the Heavenly Father in prayer and begged Him so that they don't have to turn to these drugs. It would have been nice. I think it would have been great if God could just give them the same comfort that drug gave them at that time. Because it's rough. It's rough out here in this world, especially if you are a single parent. I would say they're single parent for a man raising. It's hard. They do have men who are single parents, but it's so easy for a man to just find a woman. It's easy. A woman, she has to be careful because a man can overpower a woman most of the time. So she can't just go out there on the street and pick up some man off the street and bring him all in the house or whatever, because if he gets stupid and crazy, he can overpower her. Whereas men, they go outside, pick these women up. They're weaker than the man, so he feels that, yo, you know what? If she gets stupid, I can pick her up, throw her right out the door. But and you know how it's so much easier for the man if he's a single parent and women see him raising his kid. Women are like, yes, that's great. That's, they applaud that, even though that's what he should be doing. At the same time, he gets more credit for it. So then the woman is willing to, help him more. She's willing to do more. Women are just willing to help him more. Whereas when you have the struggling single mom, she has a hard way to go. And then I was looking at the rebuttal that they have on here, and there was this guy, and he's sitting around here saying, why should we feel sorry for her? Why didn't she, she had one kid. Why didn't she learn from the one kid that she had? Then she went and had two, and then three. Then she went and had four. Why wasn't the woman using contraceptives? I don't know the reason. Maybe that was her husband. Her husband wanted the kids. I don't know. Maybe the guy convinced her that he wanted a family, and she bought into it. And then he's saying, if you can't, and then they have other comments, why would you go around having 4 kids when you know you're not financially set for that? You know what they say? Crap happens. Defecation, things happen. So I typed my comment. You know me, I'm going to have something to say. What's up? I said, look, man. First of all, you've made it very clear that you're nothing but a full-blown narcissist, absolutely, because you have no compassion, no consideration. You don't even want to try to understand. The way he was just trying to cut this woman up, you know what I mean? You don't know what her situation is. How are you going to sit up there and judge someone and so harshly when you don't have a clue, you don't have an iota of what this woman is going through? And I will still put emphasis on it. Huge emphasis. When you look at the options that are out there, like when I was going through this single parent and I went out there and I met somebody, my fiance, Greg, he wasn't the best of guy, whatever, but that was the options that was there for me. That was the options that was available, and everything else was just way worse. You know what I'm saying? And people have got to try to understand that. And I want people to kind of focus on that word, options. What are the options out there? You sit up here, you get rid of one clown, and you bring back another one, and he's the whole goddamn circus. You got rid of this one because he's a freaking abusive piece of... And then you bring something else. He's even twice or 3 times worse. Have these people not been out here in the dating world this day and age, 2018? Really? I've been out here, man. I told you I had 3 men dating them. Not that way. 3 times. I got rid of 2 of them, man. Michael, he's hanging on. Yeah, okay. He gets stupid, and I'm going to dead him too. I'm not no world woman who's that. I've never been that afraid. Oh, I'm too afraid. Oh, I can't be single. I've never, ever been that afraid. I'm not going to knock other women who are afraid like that because, something may have happened to them in their childhood. Something, I don't know. But I am not going to tolerate anyone abusing me, treating me badly, disrespecting me. I'm not doing it. I'd rather fly solo. And there's so many other men out there, honey. There's what? Well, just like a bus, there'll always be another one. But I just wanted to make that point in terms of, the prayer thing. Why don't prayer work like these drugs? And maybe people wouldn't keep getting caught out there with the drug if the prayer could kind of help them a little bit, a little bit more to help us understand more. That's all, because I know there's been times when I prayed and I've gotten really frustrated because I didn't feel like my prayers were being answered, in the way that I needed the help. You know what I'm saying? But for everything that Jehovah does, he has a reason. I assure you. And I went to my meeting today. It was great. It actually kind of answered my question too. you know, because it was about He takes care of your anxiety. God will take care of your anxiety. And the discussion, the sermon was about, sometimes you ask God for things and you may not get it at the time that you ask, because God will give it to you when you really, really need it. When you really need it. You know? I even took notes on that meeting. It was really encouraging about how God goes about answering prayers. Sometimes it's just hard for us to I don't know, understand it or digest it, or I don't know, just work with that. But I really enjoyed that talk, because I know that when I really, really, really need something, Jehovah's never late. He ain't never late. That's for sure. When I think about some situations that I had got myself into and how Jehovah had came through. He came through, and I was in a situation one time. I didn't know how I was going to go about getting out of this, and it was a miracle. It was like a miracle, and my Heavenly Father, He came through. He was right on time. So I guess I have to stay focusing on that. You have to always remember those type of things, But anyway, darlings, this is part 2 to the other video that I made. You always have a choice. Please choose wisely, and let's not try to be judgmental of others. I know I have a problem sometime with that too. I guess it's due to our imperfection. You know how it is. But we have to try to just do better. That's the best that we could do. We don't want to give up. We want to still keep trying. Trying not to be judgmental, because we don't understand what people have been through. We don't know how far they've come. We have to try to, I don't know, be a little more loving, compassionate, and definitely understanding and insightful. So anyway, Sheila True Love, I'm signing off. Good night.